Me as a person, I've always been very artistic when it comes to just being kind of eclectic a little bit and very artsy and loving to express myself through color, through clothes, through things like that.
You working at MAC, you working on Vampire Diaries, you working on Love and Hip Hop, which was the #1 show at that time. It was just like, whoa, what is this on our TV, right? That is amazing because I feel like when you work with certain celebrities, you know, you're trying to do everything right and make them happy, even if it hurts you. Right. Last minute calls, waiting over a couple of hours over, you know, not getting paid that day. Right. So for you to already say, no, I'm not going for that. Yeah. That's amazing.
Well, and I'll be honest. Because that's all manipulation. Okay. And that's all a power struggle that a lot of celebrities or high profile clients like to do. They're used to it. And it's not even nothing that we should take personal because that's what they do for everybody. Mm-hmm. It's just, we're just another one of those people. There have been times, obviously, where it's like, I can't just up and leave and be like, you know what, I don't like this, I'm not dealing with it. Mm-hmm. But I know in the back of my mind what it's about and I don't take it personal. However, with my boundaries, like hiring a manager, having deal memos, having different invoices that state clearly your time out and your time in. And if not, it's going to be double time per hour after that. I remember working with a client and baby, she would be like, let's hurry up because if we're going to overtime, you know, Alex is going to charge us. You damn right Alex is going to charge you. Because if it was you, you would want to get charged and get your money, right? Okay. So yeah, it was always an issue and I was always made out to be the problem. When I knew, like I said, I didn't take it personal. I knew that it wasn't that. It was just manipulation and maybe a person used to
somebody who don't know business.
Correct.
That's all it was.
Correct. And see, I've been new business. Like I said, I learned from my mother.
Wow.
So you can't do that to me.
That was a blessing because you avoided a lot.
I still went through some of it though.
Okay.
I still got scathed a little bit.
Okay.
But it's to the point where I can move on from it and then just kind of operate my business how I need to.
Mm. So now I want to get into, you're married and you have your business. Did you have a balance with work and also dating? Or did your husband ever feel like, hey, I'm over here, we need time together?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think in the beginning, like I stated, we've been married now 16 years. In the beginning of our marriage, it was very much so because we literally got married in 2008. I got fired from my job. We got married in June. I got fired from my job maybe September. We moved to Atlanta in October. So it was a lot of different moving parts that happened all in 1 year. Our first year of marriage, my husband's sister got killed. It was a lot of different things that happened. And so how we handle grief, how we handle disappointment, all these things, we're learning now as newlyweds. And I'm a new, entrepreneur / working at the Mac counter, but trying to figure out my career. And it's all of these new moving parts. And so in the beginning, my marriage did take a hit from that because nobody is teaching us how to handle these things that we don't talk about. I grew up with my parents, obviously being married, but they had their own shit that they had to go through. And so I didn't necessarily learn the right way to handle different things. And so in the beginning, things were very, very difficult for us through the grace of God, because that's the only way we got through anything and how we are still together to this day. And so the pandemic, honestly, just to fast forward, is what really showed me what focusing on what's important looks like and how everything outside of God first, myself, and then my husband, outside of those three, and then in that order, everything else comes after that. Everything else, whether that's money, business, friends, family, anything else comes after that. And so that's the best way that I'm able to balance work-life balance now and keep it really good. Because like for myself, like nobody comes before me, and I love my husband to death, but even he doesn't come before me. It literally goes God, then myself, and then him. But I'm very much so a submissive wife. I always make sure that if somebody, anything, I'm like, well, let me make sure my husband, he's good. Yeah. I'm very much so that. But he also understands that if Alex doesn't take care of herself, there's no way anything else can get taken care of. So that's very important to me. In 2020, sitting me down made me realize that. That's why I've been so into health, into the glow up, into just being happy and healthy. Like that's why, and that's why some clients I don't work with, that's why some situations and opportunities I'm not with anymore, because it made it really clear what was important.
Okay. So me looking at your social media, sometimes I'm like, does Alex still do makeup? Because I see you on your healthy and fitness journey. And so what do we have going on there?
So yes, I still do makeup.
Okay.
I have I'm an auntie. Okay. So all of the new TikTok and content creating videos, that's kind of not my thing necessarily. And it could be my thing because anything can be my thing. But to do that, and then I think with Instagram, their algorithms, you don't even get engagement if you do all of that damn work. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, no, I'm gonna just post when I need to post. People know I still do makeup, and the ones that know. Mm-hmm. And I fell in love now with this health journey. Something about when I took care of my grandmother, mm-hmm. I moved my grandmother from St. Louis to here, and I took care of her full time. And she passed in 2019, and going with her to all of her damn doctor's appointments, seeing all the thousands and hundreds of pills that she was taking on a daily basis, seeing her ailments, seeing she's right in her mind, but her body is just not where it needs to be. Those are all things that to me tie me to being healthy. It has nothing to do with a flat stomach. Has nothing to do with a single chin, nothing to do with any of these things. And so that's why I have been so focused on my health, because I love to feel good on the inside. Okay. And then obviously it comes on the outside. Right. And so that's why I've been so transparent with my journey. I've created a whole nother page for that, because it's so many of us that are missing that. You know, we have so many things out there that's like a quick fix. Yeah. You want to lose weight fast. Yeah. You want a flat stomach quick. You want a big booty. You got all these things, which are fine if that's what you want to do. But the main thing as to what we're trying to accomplish is health. We can live all these years, but are you really healthy? Right. And so that's why I've been able to show that. And I'm a size, 10, 12, 14, just depending on the day. And I want to be able to show, you
look
can
good, girl.
Thank you, mommy. You can look good and be healthy at whatever the size is, right. But just focus on your health inside first. And so that's why I wanted to show that, because we are missing that. As Black women, we really are missing that. As people, period.
And I just feel like it probably started a couple of years ago, but you didn't really see Black people working out like that.
Hell no.
Right? It's like a new movement, because you didn't really see people actively. And I'm like, wow, I see people in the gym, people eating clean. Yes. But I feel like I don't want to be on like 10 medications. No. So I want to look good, but more so for health reasons.
Absolutely. And make it fun. Like the gym that I go to is real hood. Shouts out to Effect Fitness. We have a
baby, y'all are in the cult over there. Y'all are locked in.
We are locked and loaded over at Effect Fitness. They get results. It's very ratchet, but that's what makes it fun. The music, the energy that we get. But we come there and you look nice. You take pride in what you look like. And you really go to town. Like this is your one body you get. So why not go to town with this body and push it to the limit, Wow. So yeah, it's been a fun journey, Chad.
So when you branded yourself, because everybody know Makeup Alex, right? Did you trademark your name? Did you do any of those things, or you didn't find it necessary for you just being a makeup artist?
I don't think I found it necessary, only because it's my name. I think that if I would have had something that was different than my name, then maybe I would have did something like that. But with it being like my physical name, I didn't see the need to do it.
Okay. Yeah. And you never wanted to come out like with your own product line, because I did see you, do some collabs with big brands. You worked with Black Radiance, Milani, Anastasia. But you never wanted to create your own. Why?
I was very clear and very adamant when I got into this industry that if it's something I really want to do, I'm going to do it. If I'm passionate about it. But if I'm not going to do it. It don't matter the amount of money. It don't matter the person. And so I knew from the beginning, like I'm a makeup girly, but as a person, I'm not a makeup girly. Like I wear the same shit every time, same lipstick, the same, and it's not even that much. So I'm not into products like that. Okay. I'm not a product junkie. I don't have a passion in product. I know that it's a good money maker, but that's just not I wouldn't be able to withstand the hard times of it because I'm not passionate about it. So if something goes down, I'll be like, oh, well, just let it go away. I don't even want to do it no more. And so with that, I understand the customer service that's involved. I understand that if somebody breaks out or if somebody, is mad at you, they're going to write a review about your product. I understand all those things. And because that's not my baby and I'm not passionate about it, I don't even want to dabble into it. Okay. I'd rather get paid, like you said, and collaborate with the Black Radiance or Pat McGrath. I did sponsorship with, or Milani, or just, I like to be able to do it that way versus me having to foot so much of the money, the overhead. That's just not my thing. Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot, and I applaud people that do that because they obviously must love it. I just don't love it. That's just not my thing. I'd rather, and then I'm also now kind of tapping into something that's beyond makeup for me. that I'm waiting on God to tell me, but he's giving me something that is like, he wants me to reach others in a way that's beyond just beauty and makeup, like with my health, with fashion, just with hair.
I see everything. The pivot happening.
Yes, you see it?
Yeah, but it's just happening like organically.
It really is.
I see it. That's why I'm like, what's going on over there?
I know it. And I
You be putting out messages and stuff, and we be like, yes.
I know.
You know?
I'm literally like a vehicle for God to just move me. I really am. And it's been kind of weird because he's made me sit really still. He's made me surrender. He's made me be like, don't do this hustle mentality shit. I know you're from St. Louis hustle, but you sit down for a minute. You've been hustling. Let your husband lead, which has been big and been hard. And I need you to sit down and let me move you when it's time to move you. So when it comes to going to get in that bag, going to do this class, none of that has been moving to me. He's like, I need you to be at your utmost best health. I need your mind, your spirit to be good and healthy. And I need you to keep your circle clean and clear so that the things that I got for you coming up, you're going to be able to move easily through the crowd. He shows me that every single day.
So how do you know how to navigate that? How do you know when it's time to, do you feel like it just naturally happens to where you separate from people?
It's literally God. I don't stress and worry about anything anymore. And so with that, it makes things very, very clear what's not supposed to be there.
Okay.
Because I don't worry. I don't do any of that.
Okay.
So when things don't feel right for me or it's not matching my energy, then I know that that's not for me. And it's easy for me to separate from that.
Okay.
And so again, being close to God has been my number one thing. And that's why I have to stay clear and keep things that are a distraction away from me. Because things, a lot of times shit is a distraction and you don't have control over a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so you have to make sure that you keep things that are around you very, very clear.
Okay. Now I want to say before TikTok, baby, if you had a problem with somebody or a company, you was on there like, I am disappointed. I do not like this.
That's true. That's
true.
That was me.
Can we go into that? Because I'm like, girl, you was on it back then, like how people go on TikTok and do a rant. We were like, whoa.
Right, because it wasn't even called a rant back then.
No, it was like, whoa.
Yeah. Somebody said I was like the Kanye makeup artist. And I was like, well, wait a minute. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but whatever. Like you couldn't get over on me, and back then, if I felt like you was getting over on me, baby, I'm finna where the microphone, where the camera at? I'm finna tell, I'm finna say something.
You guys, y'all don't listen.
That was former me though. Just
when I tell you, when she was upset, baby, she did that rant. And everybody was adding the company like, don't do her like this.
Shut the pages down.
Yes.
They shut down Milani's page. Like they just,
Baby. Yeah. And so I was just like, wow, that was back in the day. Like you were way ahead of the time.
Yeah.
So what made you, even though you were upset and you know what happened, say, I'm going to record this and put this out there for other people to know about this?
Because I'm such an advocate for us as women. Like if I was being treated bad, then they must have been treating other people bad, or the future is they're going to treat somebody bad. So let me use my platform of all of these followers and say what it is so I can warn the others that if you come across something like this, stand up for yourself and don't take it. Like I was the kid that would bully the bullies. Like you ain't finna hold on, get behind me. You ain't finna talk to them. Like that was me as a kid. Like you ain't finna play us. So
okay.
Us.
Yes.
So I don't like that taking advantage of, or just because you're so-and-so, whatever, I'm supposed to like, no. I don't like that type of shit.
But a lot of people, they are like that.
I know it.
Right? It's so many more people like that than like you.
I know.
So what would you say to those people?
You know who you are. You really do. The biggest advice, though, I can give you is that when you come with so much chest and so much neck and so much authority, you will get hit with a lot more. Now, I will say that when you expose yourself more, when you say, this is what I believe, this is what I stand on, that's when people will attack more. So you have to have tough skin. You have to know that what you're doing is right. You have to believe in yourself. If you can sleep good at night, then you know what you're doing is okay. Like you have to have people around you that are going to make sure that they give you positive feedback, but then also be honest with you. But then as a person, you have to know who you are. Like as a person, you got to know who you are. And I think that by doing that, you know what you're standing on. The kids say they stand on business. That's the real thing, for real. And you got to believe in yourself and back it up, even if you're the only one backing it up.
Well, shoot, I was about to go into, I do a segment where you're dropping gems with Gigi, but you was just dropping some gems. I mean, do you have any additional gems that you would give an aspiring entrepreneur or someone who's looking to pivot right now?
I think I would like to tell a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, specifically service providers, luxury service providers, don't try to go for the next celebrity or to try to make the next viral video or to do the next big thing to get your name out there as far as like what you would maybe compromise your morals and values on. I think that right now in this time, we're so fixated on what's current and what we can touch right now, what they call them, the microwave generation.
Yes.
Know that your name and who you stand on right now, 10 years from now, 15, 20 years from now, you want to be able to sustain that career, sustain that professionalism, sustain who you are as a person. So think about the future you. If you're dealing with a client that is mistreating you and this because they're a celebrity, you want to stick with them. The future you, or maybe look at the past you, would you tell the past you, the younger you to do that, to deal with that kind of stuff? So you want to set yourself up so that years from now, you're proud of who you are. I always say, when we make it to heaven, God is going to be like, well, what did you do with the life that I gave you? Like, what did you do with it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the question.
Was it just all about you?
What was it? Did you help others?
Yeah.
Did you bring others up with you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you stand for something? Did you stand against something? So I really feel like the young folks kind of missed that mark. They really are in the right now. Like I see so many videos nowadays where they're doing these trendy things. Like they're twerking while they're doing makeup.
They doing
just crazy shit.
I haven't seen that.
Just whatever can get the video and the hashtag crazy shit. And I'm like, that sounds fun. But is that really what you want to do? Like,
right.
Is that what you want to really be known for?
Is that going to be like your brand?
Yeah. And if it is, cool. Do it, girl. I mean, like they have this trend now where they're putting a stocking cap over their head and they're painting their makeup on top of the stocking cap.
You sent me that video.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, cool. Excuse me, I'm sorry. If that's a fun thing for you to do, girl, then do it. But if you're just doing it for likes and views and comments and just it goes against who you are, like why? Don't do it.
But don't you feel like people resonate with authenticity? Like an authentic person, not just doing something for a moment, but you being your true self. I feel like that's how you blew up because you were you.
Yeah.
You weren't doing no gimmicky stuff. Like however you felt and whatever you did, you put out stuff whether people like it or not. Where now it's kind of like, oh, this worked for this person, so let me hop on that. But if that's not you, that's what you're saying, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I think back then it was a little different. So we weren't so accessible. Celebrities weren't so accessible. I didn't know what Glorilla. I didn't know what kind of shoes she had on. They didn't have a platform to show, okay, well, this is where she shops. This is where she goes. We didn't have accessible type things. So we were really creative as far as what we would put out there. Things weren't handed to us. I mean, as a makeup artist and as you being an artist as well, when we wanted to get our work out there, we had a portfolio. Yes. We had business cards. We was going to people's shops and be like, hey, I'm a makeup artist. So, we were doing these kind of things, whereas now things are so easy to get access to. And so I think that it may be a shift in work ethic, maybe, or it may be something of, I don't know, just not thinking of the bigger picture. I think maybe we had to grind a lot back then, and no shade to any of the young folks out there grinding and doing their thing, because I applaud you all. Y'all are dealing with a lot more than we had to deal with as well. But I think that we're missing the essence of true hard work and doing something that you're gonna be proud of later on.
Yeah.
Because just for a trend, like just for a like, because I mean, and I get it, you do get paid from likes, I guess, but like that's not who you are, right?
Right.
Like be an individual and stand up for who you are and just like be a leader. There's a lot of people that are followers nowadays.
Another thing I noticed about you, you never became Atlantified.
Okay. What is Atlantified?
Atlantified. Atlantified is, when you come here and you like, let me go to Lennox and let me get my Chanel bag. Talk about that. And let me get my nice whip and get my little boobs up here, baby. And I'm all that in the bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? I didn't never see you do that.
And you will never.
Why?
I know who I am. I know what I love. I know what makes me go hee hee. I know all of those things. I really do. And I've never been that girl to where I've allowed labels or status or amount of money or whatever. I've never allowed that to validate me. And I've seen that my whole life. You know, I've seen that kind of thing. Like I told you, my mother was an entrepreneur, so we saw the highs and the lows. Mm-hmm. But that never validated who I was as a person, and it never will. I'm so big on promoting Black-owned. Shouts out to my earrings, my jeans, Black-owned things.
Okay.
My bag.
You can go ahead. Who the earrings? Because I love them earrings.
I can never pronounce her name. It's Tangent. I'll tag
we'll
it.
Tag.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll tag it.
But you look good.
Thank you, baby. I'm more so like genuinely like a true artist, true innovative leader. I don't really go with the trends and what everyone else is doing. I go with how I feel. Now, if I want to wear a Gucci Chanel bag, I will, but that's not something that I have to validate who I am. Mm-hmm. I'm a big style girl, fashion girl, but it doesn't have to be a label here, a label. It doesn't have to be none of that. And it never has been, it never will be. I'm very just genuinely, I just love what I love. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be high class. It just is what if I feel like wearing some damn sneakers that day, I'm gonna put on them sneakers with this whatever. Because
you make the outfit. You can have on a $2,000 outfit. It don't look right.
And Quietus has kept big cars come with big bills. Now I drive a nice car, but she's paid for. She's 2017, but she's paid for. She clean. She got 22s on. She clean.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I got a 3-bedroom townhouse. It's nice. You know, it's good. So like it's just. We can't leave this earth with all that shit.
Right. But you don't, like, if you look on social media, right, and you look at the current makeup artists and beauty professionals, baby, they are bringing it, honey. They got the whips, the aesthetics.
And I love that for
this,
them.
the that. Mm-hmm. But I just wonder if they got that back office together. Are they paying them taxes?
Now, what you say?
Or are they doing the things, you know, keeping up with them licensing and permits? Because that's cool, but, you know, it's a lifestyle. You want to have everything together.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So I feel like what you saying that, like, I know who I am. I ain't gonna do too much trying to impress people.
That's right. Where
I feel like Atlanta is like Black Hollywood, where people want to look like an entertainer, where I'm like, regular people living better than them.
Correct. And you have to keep that up. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. You can get this big house, you can get this big car, but like I said, it comes with big bills. Mm-hmm. You got this big 17-bedroom house. You got to furnish that damn thing. You got to cut the lights on. You got to pay the taxes, property taxes. Mm-hmm. If you're owning it, are you owning it? Like, so that's things that I wish we would focus on more. And again, for the girls out there that are doing it, y'all look beautiful. Y'all are doing it. But make sure that your back house is in order as well. Yeah. Make sure that's together.
Yeah.
Like you can do a simple business search on the Secretary of State to see if people's businesses are registered with the state. Make sure your business is registered with the state.
Clock that T.
Okay. That's simple things.
Yeah, that's
making
simple.
Sure that you know, if you have to have a license, make sure your license.
And don't let it lapse. Don't let it lapse.
You can do it 2 years at a time, y'all.
Yeah.
That's a whole
that's what I do. Mm-hmm. And so my whole thing is like, it's not just about providing a service. Correct. Your business is more than that.
That's right.
We still have other things to do.
That's right.
And so that's why I wanted to create this platform. And I wrote that book, Behind the Beauty, because it's like, we got to talk about the business side too, because without that, how are you going to have longevity?
You can't sustain a career.
Yeah.
How will you be able to, in 20 years, provide for your family with this? Will you have to go back to whatever you was doing before? Who knows? Like if at any moment when God says, okay, go get him, Tiger, I'm going to be able to pivot and hustle and get this and pull this and do this. I'm going to be able to do all those things. I'm not doing it now because he told me to sit down. Mm-hmm. But as a business-minded person, you're going to be able to make something out of nothing at any moment. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, a little bit with a lot, you can do anything. And I wish people would kind of understand that and set themselves up for success years to come. Mm-hmm. It's very important. Yes. Very important. And you talk to any of the old heads, they'll tell you the same thing. File your damn taxes. Pay yourself.
Yeah.
Make sure you paying yourself. Yes. Make sure you paying your people.
Yeah.
Make sure you got an accountant and a lawyer on deck.
Ooh. Because baby, you shouldn't just be reading your own contracts.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So it's all these little things that I've been, like you said, I taught makeup classes for 6 years, almost 6 or 7 years. And I introduced the business classes. During the pandemic, I pivoted and did Zoom business classes.
Nice. Was it like a group class? Or
it was a group class, about 5 people in there, because ain't nobody interested.
And see, that was the thing, right? So I really questioned myself on writing this book and even doing this podcast, because I was just like, do the people even really care, or is it just they care more about a look? Do they really care about really having it together?
Honestly, no, they don't. But together and with people that have the same mindset, we can help them learn how to care about it.
Okay.
It took a lot of people going through the pandemic, and this is the honest to God truth, going into the pandemic, not having their business affairs in order, and them not being able to take advantage of the PPP or the SBA loans or even unemployment because you don't even have an established business.
Right.
You was taking cash.
Right.
So how are you even a business? So I hope that open some people's eyes as to, damn, I need to get my shit together because there's no way that I was not able to take advantage of that free money or these opportunities or these grants or whatever the case, what they was handing us when we could not work.
Right.
You could have been took advantage of that.
Yeah.
So hopefully they learned that and now are kind of getting it together and now want to learn more about business. But it's up to us to show that though. I talk about this shit all the time.
Yeah.
I don't rant anymore, but I will give a good old TED talk.
Yes,
a good old question answer sermon.
Yes.
A good old sermon, a little question answer something, and I will answer and show people like, what you can do with these different things.
Yeah.
We have to be very diligent though, and together, like-minded folks like ourselves, we have to get together and put this out there to the peoples.
That's why I wanted you here.
That's why I am here. Anything for you, baby.
So can you tell us what's up next for you and how people can find you, follow you?
Okay. So what's up next? I don't know. Remember I told y'all, God is, he is puppet mastering me. Like I just kind of just, go like this. And wherever I go, he go, and then we just go together.
Okay.
So I don't know. I do know that he is shifting me into a space of huge, bigger than makeup. Some kind of a platform that he wants me to reach ladies who are dealing with infertility, ladies who are dealing with wanting to lose weight the healthy way. They have a new body. They don't know how to style it. They have hair. They want to, all of these things as to what women are. He's having me tap into and show the vulnerability of that process. And so that's what my page is about. So it's not just makeup, but that he's tapped me into something and I just don't know what it is. Like, I'm like, is it a conference, Lord? What is it? What is it? Television show? What is it, Jesus? Right, exactly. So I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of sitting still with that. But you can find me on the muaalex.com. It's always important to have your own website. Let me just give it a little nugget.
Come on.
Have your own website because whenever Instagram shuts down, whenever they decide they want to clean with AI, whatever the hell that shit is called, whenever they decide to do that, where will your people go to find you? You want to be able to have a home space that's operable, that they can be able to know how to book you, call you, email you, contact you, see your work, see what you're doing lately. So make sure that you have a website. Even though people don't do websites a lot nowadays.
I know. I go to some people's stuff, I'm like, girl, you just got a booking system. What if something happened to that booking system?
Correct.
Then what? Because I tell people, I was with Style Seat first. And when I left them, I couldn't take those 800 reviews. Then I went to Gym Book. No, when you get with these companies, you can't transfer your reviews. They have it. You can't copy and paste it.
Oh, I didn't know.
So that's why I'm still with the company that I'm with, because I said, okay, I already had lost those 800. Now I got 600. If I was to start over, it's like, girl, how you been in the game 10 years and you got 5 reviews on Yelp?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, that's why you should have your own. Ownership is important. It's key. Making sure you have that. So the muaalex.com, I try to keep everything consistent. My Instagram is the muaalex.
And your other Instagram for the journey.
Oh, yeah. So my other Instagram, the one that I am on literally every day, the MUA Alex Journey to Health, which is literally my journey to health. And I do it every day, literally, because I work out every day. So anyway, but those are the ways you can find me. If you're ready for a good time and a ride of your life, come and join the team. Come and join Death Row. It's a good time over there. You don't know what you're gonna see when you come over there. Like, again, we just have a good time over there. It's vibes over there for sure.
Thanks again for coming on as my guest.
I
am so grateful.
I want to come back.
Honor for you to be here. I know, right? I gotta have you back. But thanks for sharing your story and dropping gems for the people.
Absolutely, I'm honored. Thank you so much for having me and for being just a positive. You have such a good air about you, a light about you, and you bring so many people close to you, and you lift people up as you are going up yourself.
Thank you.
And so to be from St. Louis,
baby,
I am proud of you.
Show me state.
That's right. Show me. Okay? Yes. I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So guys, this was our second episode of Behind the Beauty. I'm your host, Gigi Jeans. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time.